Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is they started selling them. The scripture comes from Jasher 63 and 25. Now this day remember for me your covenant with our father Abraham, which our ancestors related to us, and do graciously with me this day for the sake of our fathers Abraham and Isaac, and save me and the children of Shittim from the hand of the king of Africa, who comes against us for battle. Oh wow! No, they mentioned Africa is hold on, screw. Anywho, uh, and that's interesting. This is the first time I saw this Africa in the Bible, okay? And this is in Jasher. Now, what's interesting about this is the messages they started selling them. And it also, in this part, says, save me and the children of Shittim from the hand of the king of Africa who comes against us for battle. Baby, this here, God talk about the, what is it, the transatlantic slave trade, okay? Which is swept under the rug, you know what I'm saying? And, it's interesting to me because there are a lot of people that are, I've spoken about this already. God has already been using me to speak about this, about how there are a lot of people who are African American in the U.S. that are wanting to go, and they want to go, they say go back to Africa or go back to Africa, okay? They want to go back to Africa. They want to buy land. They want to build a home there. They want to live there. They want to bring their children there, and they want to, in their mindsets, go back home. And I just feel like, the interesting thing is there are some people that are in Africa that have a problem with that. They have a problem with the fact that they are able to do so. They have a problem with the amount of money that they have going on, regardless to if they are still making it or if they just have a savings. There are people that are coming up, we already know, missing. They coming up, taking up out of here. They're sending curses to these people. They putting stuff in their food. They are physically harming them. And as God has led me to say before, in reality, a lot of people that are here are not just African. They are mixed with other things. And while there are some people that can, they have done their DNA and they can trace everything back to where, and maybe they are 100%, 80%, 90%, or whatever of that is there, that's what they are, kudos to you. But as for a lot of people, they are mixed with other things. And in reality, not 100% whatever that is. It is as like from where we are, historically, even if you do have African ancestors, it will be very difficult to know exactly what tribe you are from, what area your family is from, and what they had going on. Okay, like this is 400, 500 years ago. Okay, this is like way back. And I just feel like a lot of people are completely ignoring the fact. Like they are just thinking, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to do this for my ancestors. I'm going to do this for my family line. I would prefer to be there. I feel like I will be safer. I feel like I will be happier. And they don't pay attention to the fact of the history of it all. Like, and these are people that are, they say they are historically, they looking back on this, they looking back on that, and they feel like they'll be comfortable, they'll be happy, and you are going back to live with people that literally sold your ancestors. It is that they didn't choose to leave. They didn't decide, I think I'm going to move. It's not a situation where they happily skipped to get on the ship. These are people that were forced. They were dragged out of their homes. Their land was stolen. Ironically, because some of the people that are there are claiming they feel as though people that are coming from here are stealing their land. And a lot of they stole the land of our ancestors, and they getting mad because people are going and buying the land back. They are putting curses on them. They are trying to do any and everything in their power to cause ruckus and cause problems. I just feel like some people are not really thinking it all the way through. And a lot of people, they end up coming back. There are some people, they come back, they say that they couldn't deal with it. They couldn't. And you have to realize that this is basically moving to Africa is like living off grid. And as somebody that has lived off grid, I know I could figure it out. And does that mean that I'm going to move to Africa? I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I have already experienced what it feels like to move to a country where I don't know nobody. I only knew one person. And feel like what it's like. You know what I'm saying? First of all, especially if you are single, okay, and you're moving to a country and you are seeking to get in a relationship with someone from that country, you best understand whoever it is, okay, there's going to be somebody that's going to be not happy about that. There's going to be somebody that has their eyes on that man or that woman, and they're going to feel some kind of way. And that's just real. And when they feel some kind of way, they are going to want to do what they can to cause problems for you. They're going to, we have to think about the fact that, the things that we have going on here is not going on over there. And over there, it may be a whole, a lot of controversy around a woman that not only has her own money, makes a good money, and is able to do all these things by herself. And there are different cultures, there are different backgrounds, there are different things going on. And like I said, when it really comes down to it, just like God said specifically, they started selling them. These are a lot of these people, you don't even know your ancestors might have went to war with the people that's over there. They got captured because they lost the war, and then they got sold to a different country. And I just feel like, when it comes down to it, there's so many things that, I'm literally looking at this rug I have in my room, swept under the rug. Hush, hush. Don't nobody talk about it. In reality, I have seen maybe one of the many countries that are in Africa of people that came forward and said that they apologized for the hand that they had in the transatlantic slave trade. And that is just the people at the government level. These are not the people of the country, because they may not very well feel that way. And I'm just being real. And I know it's going to be some people that ain't going to like it. It's going to be some people that's going to be mad. But I mean, as I've talked about it, in the forums, in the comments of different, channels, and whenever it's a controversy having to do with Black Americans, African Americans, and African people, there is always a lot of strife, hatred, and animosity coming from the African side. And that is the truth. And when it comes down to it, a lot of these people, ancestors, are the ones that fought against us, stole whatever it is that the ancestors had going on, and sold them to be slaves. And that's the truth. Okay? And, that's the truth. I don't know who this is for. But that is interesting. It is here in Jasher 63 and 25. Now this day remember for me your covenant with our father Abraham, which our ancestors related to us, and do graciously with me this day for the sake of our fathers Abraham and Isaac. Save me and the children of Shittim from the hand of the king of Africa who comes against us for battle. Bam. 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 That is. Whoever this is for. I don't know who this is for, but I just feel like, in reality, it could literally be a situation where different people it's so many different countries so many different tribes, even within the country. So to assume that you are going to mesh and mingle in with people that are there is kind of like, it may not be so. And as we already know in our history, we were the people that were here in the slave trade, they were stripped of their knowledge of who they were. They were beaten until they stopped saying their names, and they were forced into speaking an unknown language. They were forced to do a lot of things. They were they were sold off. They were married, and then the wife is here and the husband is all the way over there, and then the kids are there, and there. And it was so much going on that it is very difficult. It is very difficult, and it's almost impossible to be able to sit around and pinpoint where you come from, what country, what tribe. And yes, they have the blood DNA thing going on, but in reality, like, that is even, you have to read the specs on that. It depends on how many people have went before you and who you have a similar lineage to. Anyways, that's the message. That's the message. That's the message. I don't know who this for, but this may just be a wake up call. Okay, I don't know who this is for. I don't know who this is for, and I don't know why the message, but this is for somebody. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you to everybody that has blessed me for my birthday. I love you guys to bits and pieces. Thank you even to those of you that cannot. Okay, you want to, but you can't. I still love you to bits and pieces. If you want to, you can use my website or my Cash App, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.